Fourth grade, week 23, parts of a plant. Teachers, what we're going to do is make this paper collage of a plant for the students this week. I'm going to show you the steps that are involved, and then we're going to label it. So I'm just going to lay that right there and show you how to assemble it. We're going to start with a piece of black paper, construction paper, which you have plenty of now that I found it. And I took a piece of brown paper, just tore it across with my dirt. First thing you need to do is the kids need to cut a green stem. And we're going to just, if you'll teach kids to dot glue rather than smear it, there won't be too much glue. As I pick up a bottle, it probably is dry. So dot, 4 dots, that's all they need. Get their stem put down. I'll dot my dirt. Get it lined up with the corners so that I have a good looking collage when I'm through, which we are going to put these up on the wall. The next step I'm going to show you, the kids need to, you might want to do this before you come to class, because this takes a little bit of instruction, a little bit of time for them to get it. Yellow paper, I'm going to fold it over and get a square. So I'm actually going corner to corner in the edge. Crease it. Cut off your excess piece, which you need, because that's what we're going to make our sun out of. And then I'm going to keep my fold. I'm going to always know where my fold is, and I'm going to make another triangle with a fold. Crease it. Still, my fold, this is open paper. This is folded paper. And I'm just going to keep making triangles. I'm going to try and keep it even. Ms. Butler and I worked on this the other day and realized this is a really good math question. And the next fold's going to be hard to make, but you're going to bring that edge over, and when you get through, you're actually going to end up with something that looks like this. The edges are not going to come together. Now, I don't know if my little scissors can do this. I haven't tried this with these little scissors. But I'm just going to cut at angle, and there's no reason for that angle. I just cut one because what I'm looking for is a point right here. So I'm going to show you with my Sharpie what I'm doing. I'm just looking to make a sharp point right here. So, and I'm not having much trouble cutting this with my scissors. I don't know how strong kids' hands are. So now, here's a really good math question, because we always want to tie math into this. How many times did I fold this? Well, let's count them. I folded it in half, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So let them predict how many points this is going to be on this star. And so when they open it up, it actually is 4 times 4, so they end up with 16, and I didn't get a real good point there. You can see on my other flower how I did a better point. So this is fine. We're going to make a big sunflower. I'm going to glue this down. And I'm not going to put glue all over the edges because I want it kind of to be three-dimensional. So glue it down. And then I'm going to work on the inside of my flower, which is a cupcake holder. I'm going to color my circle black. And there are some Sharpies available. And we'll put them out on the tables so they can get this, because the inside of a sunflower is black. And I know we've been doing some other flowers with yellow pollen, but we're making a sunflower. Then I took a highlighter because it colors better. Then it's less time constraint. And I'm going to color the outside of my flower yellow. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do that during your video. You can see how I did this one right here. And then I cut it on those little lines. These little cupcake holders are really tough. They've got some kind of waxy covering on them, and so they don't tear easily. So I just cut my lines, and then on their sunflower, because I knew it was going to be a point, I just went in here and made some points. And they don't have to be perfect. It just makes it look more like a sunflower when you're through. And I think 4th graders can do this. So there we go. Now what I'm forgetting on my flower is my leaves. Now for the little kids, I have leaf patterns. If you don't think they can make the leaves, you're welcome to use these little templates. The little kindergarten kids want to glue the white ones on, but you have to trace them on the green paper. But here's a neat way for 4th graders to make a leaf. You take just a piece of scratch paper, fold it in half, and just teach them to cut a shape. And when they get through, they have a really nice leaf. And they didn't have to trace anything. That's just a good skill for them to learn. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, because like I said, I'd like a 3-dimensional leaf. I don't want a flat 2-dimensional one. Here's my other piece of scratch paper that I'm just going to fold over and make me a nice long leaf. Because they're going to have to label this collage. They have to know the parts of a plant. So, here we are. Not everything's glued on, but you understand. Let me glue this on real quick. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is glue some sunflower seeds in here. And I'm not going to take the time to show you, but I want the kids to actually fill that pattern. Now, that's going to take them some time. And I actually bought little bird sunflower seeds, which are much smaller than the ones you get in a grocery store. So it's going to take them a little bit of time. But what I figured they made up in time on being able to cut their patterns out faster than kindergarten is that now they have time to make that pattern with their seeds. And I'm not going to take the time to glue all that on, you understand. They need to make a sun. You know, a sun is very easy to make. I notice our kids laboring over suns. I'm just going to take a little corner off of there, glue it up in the corner right here. And the reason we've got to have that sun is they've got to know that that plant's not going to grow without the sun. Then we also need some roots. So what we have is just some string that is actually crochet string that we've cut and looped. I'm going to make me some stringy glue strands. And I'm going to stick my string on here, and I'm actually going to use a pencil to kind of spread it around and roll it down on my glue so that I have roots. And the last thing you want to do is pick out a nice big seed and put it right above your roots so that kids understand all this grew from a seed in the ground. And so now we're complete. Except for a rain. I did forget the rain. What I showed the kids to do is go dot, drag, dot, drag, dot, drag, dot, drag, and it makes rain. And you can see on this finished product here my raindrops. So they can label this stem, leaves, soil, roots, seed, petals, sunlight, water, all that's needed for plants to grow. Enjoy.